Well, it was back in 2019, my wife and I decided we both wanted to get back onto the property ladder. Now, we came round and started looking at various new developments, but the people at Riverdale Marketing Suite, Lee and her lady that works with her, they were absolutely amazing. Their customer service skills were excellent. The model they had in the showroom really impressed us. And then when they took us around the home itself, the plot we looked at, the show home, you just felt the quality straight away. And when we came away from that first viewing, we thought, yeah, this is the one for us. And then certainly when we came back for a second viewing and to measure up some bits and pieces, we'd made our mind up. And they just made the whole process seamless and easy. The best purchase I've had in my life from all the properties that I've been in. It's been excellent, I have to say. From the moment we arrived on the day we were given the keys by Andy, the site manager, he gave us flowers and champagne as we arrived. You can't ask for more than that. But beyond that, in the initial weeks, all of the site workers, because it was an ongoing development, they were incredibly careful and respecting of people that were actually now living on the estate. And any initial very small issues we might have had, like a door being a bit stiff or something like that, very, very quickly sorted out. They even gave me a little pot of paint to do touch up around the place. But the general quality of living here has been really good, and the quality of the property and the build quickly became apparent. And one of the things that's been absolutely amazing as we evolved through the pandemic and then into the cost of living crisis is that our utility bills barely went up or down because the quality of the build and the insulation has been so good. We actually called out a heating engineer from the site manager because we thought the heating wasn't working. But the problem was it never went down below 18 degrees, so it never came on. So it's been a really smooth, transition. We've really enjoyed living on Riverdale. I think the overall quality of the build, it's made living here for the last 4 years very easy. We've had no problems. I've bought homes from different providers in the past, and initially in the first year, 18 months, had quite a few snagging issues. Here we've had absolutely none. So very pleased with the quality. The overall design of the house, the brightness, the fixtures and fittings in the kitchen, to the big spacious bright windows at the back of the house. It's been a lovely place to live. Absolutely. The whole process of the purchase, the quality of the house that we live in has been absolutely seamless, and the location close to the station, close to the town centre, yet seemingly like rural. Absolutely. When I was offered the chance to make this video, I actually jumped at it because I thought this has been a really positive experience, and I'd like to share that. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a complainer, but I don't hold back. If there is a problem, I will complain, but I haven't had to because everything's been really, really good. Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning since Sue and I moved in January 2020, we play a part in the community here. Sue's parents live in the town. We move about, we move around, we have conversations. And when you say where you live on the new Riverdale development, people are going, "Ooh, wow," and subsequently we've had literature from marketing companies saying it's a very sought after area. Would you consider selling, and so on. And then, of course, obviously, like most people, we look at the value, what it is now since we bought it, and that's gone in the right direction. So we're very pleased. So the overall quality of life around here, the Walsh's Park development just down the road, access to the shop, buses, trains just down the road, the quality of the house, it just ticks all the boxes. So we've had a really good experience living in this part of the world, and we're very happy.
So at the time, I was already living in Crowborough, so I was looking for a house in this area for family reasons. I wanted to stay in Crowborough, so that was my main reason for buying in this area. I looked at a few different developments in Crowborough. There's this building quite a lot of houses here. I came to Riverdale, had a look at the house, and I think what stood out for me was the quality of the finishes in the houses here compared to some of the other developments. I liked the fact that the house was ready. You could just move in. It was at a high standard, good quality, whether that's the built-in appliances, but also, you know, the wood flooring, the quality of the built-in wardrobes, everything in the house meant that I could literally just pack up my stuff and move in, and it was ready to go. So that was probably the main factor why I went for Riverdale. So I think from the day I came to have my first viewing, you know, I thought the service from the girls at the office was very, very good. It's obviously challenging because I was buying a house as we were in the middle of COVID, and we were just about to head into lockdown. So that's put a lot of pressure on, you know, how do we do the viewings? You have social distancing and all that. But I thought the girls at the office reacted very well to that. I think they showed a lot of flexibility. I was still able to do 3 viewings of the house before I made a decision which one to buy. I went with no planned version of the house, but certainly Lee and the girls were exceptionally good at following up. They were very helpful. I went through the Help to Buy scheme and a few other things, and they were superb. You know, the follow-up was great. It was trying to work, trying to do COVID, and trying to do all that at the same time. So they made the process a lot easier. That was for sure. You know, so I couldn't fault the service and I couldn't fault the follow-up. That made the decision very easy. Obviously, it ticked the boxes that were important to me, particularly location. So obviously, being in Crowborough was important. I have family here, so I wanted to be close to family. Also, I tried once before to buy a house, and you have this romantic notion you're going to buy an old house, you're going to fix it up, and you're going to do all that, and then suddenly work and life comes in the way, and it became evident that that's probably not something that suits my schedules. I really wanted a house that I felt at home in immediately. I could literally just put my bags, hang up my shirts and my trousers, and it was good to go. As you could move in immediately, and as I said before, you know, the quality of the fittings and the furnishings in the house was exceptionally high, and I felt that, you know, I could just literally put my furniture in, and I felt at home, and I felt at ease immediately, and that was a large part of it. I felt the guarantees and the reassurances from the builders, and the contact I had with the site foreman during the purchasing process meant that I felt confident in the quality of the house, and I felt, like I said, both me and the kids felt really at home very, very quickly. Yeah, I mean, I work with a couple of guys who are sort of looking to start a family, and they're looking to leave London and find a place to settle down. And I have recommended Crowborough as a city. I think it's a great city. It's within an easy distance of London and an easy commute. And also recommended Riverdale. I think, you know, I'm a fan. I'm very happy with my house. I've been in my house for just over 3 years. I've had no problems whatsoever. I have nothing bad to say. A couple of times there's been some small issues. I walked past the service center because they're now selling phase 3, and they've helped me out immediately, and they've been very responsive. So absolutely, I've recommended it to friends and family, and I would do so in the future as well. Yeah, I think the process made me feel really reassured of the fact that, you know, like I said, it's a big investment. You're buying a house, and you want to make sure that you're buying the right house. I always felt reassured that from Riverdale that the quality was very good. You know, any issues that I had, and I felt that the warranty follow-up were really good. The snagging and all of that side of it was handled very professionally and very good. The kids are really happy, and it's been a brilliant move. I couldn't imagine it gone any easier than it has, and like I said before, being in the middle of COVID and lockdown and all of that, I think the reaction and the follow-up was still tremendously well received from our side, and I think the girls did great. So yeah, I would happily recommend it, and happily thank the girls every time I see them.
I had decided that I wanted to buy a new build as opposed to any houses that would turn into projects. I chose the part of the country that I wanted to live in, and then I started looking at what was available. I saw Riverdale Homes came up on Connell's website, and I then started to research Riverdale. They had a very good reputation compared to some other builders. Then I came to look at this property in East Sussex, and here I am. My experience of the purchasing process was very straightforward. I enabled Connells and Lee and Steve to talk to the estate agents that were selling my other property, and I felt that this was very helpful. The viewings were very straightforward, and it seemed to me, compared to some other horror stories you hear about selling and buying houses, it was all very easy. What I really appreciated about my new Riverdale home was the fact that it lived up to my expectations of being of a high standard. I do actually truthfully refer to it as living in an hermetically sealed box. The insulation is outstanding. My utility bills are much better than they used to be in my old home. And I could literally walk through the door and put my furniture in there and start my new life in Crowborough very, very quickly and settle into the new community. As far as recommending Riverdale to friends and family, I would have absolutely no hesitation because I have had no problems and I so enjoy my new home. You hear such horror stories when people move house, but I can honestly say that I had great support from Lee and Steve, and having purchased a Riverdale property, the follow-up was very, very good. Any little snagging issues were dealt with really, really quickly and very efficiently. And so I have no hesitation in recommending Riverdale, and I have to date been extremely happy in my new home.